the fourth proportional of the quantities 3, 6, 6, and what is what? Is it 3, 6, 9, or 12? The fourth proportional. What's proportional? It is equality of two ratios. So in this case, we can say 3 over 6 equals, that's correct, 6 over x by making cross multiplication. So x equals 6 times 6 over 3 to obtain a result as 12, which is considered the fourth choice. Another example, the range of the values 28, 15, 37, 50, and 45 is what? Is it 35, 50, 15, or 37? Of course, all of you knows what? All of you know that the range is, the rule of the range is greatest value minus smallest value. What about the greatest value? That's correct, it's 50. What about the smallest? It is 15. So greatest minus smallest, it means 50 minus 15 to obtain a result as 35. So the range of the values is 35, which is the first choice. Another example, if x equals 2 and 3, the number of x2 equals what? Is it 6, 9, 4, or 2 over 3? Yes, all of you know that x equals 2 over 3, so the number of elements of x is 2 elements. Then what about number of elements of x2? Yes, it is 2 times 2, gives a result as 4, which is the third choice. Another example, if the point x and 7 lies on the y-axis, then 5x plus 1 equals what? Is it 0, 1, 5, or 6? All of you know that as the point lies on the y-axis, so the x coordinate will be 0 in the point x and 7. It means that x equals what? 7. So here we can find 5x plus 1 equals 5 times x, which is 5 times 0, plus 1 to obtain a result as 1, which is the second choice. Another example, if f of x equals 4x plus b and f of 3 equals 15, then b equals what? Is it 156 or 3 or 4 or negative 3? All of you know that f of 3 equals 15. It means f of x equal. So the value of x equals 3. So by substituting for the value of x as 3, and what about f of x? It is the y, by substituting for it as 15. So we can say that 4 multiplied by 3 plus b equals 15. So 12 plus b equals 15 by subtracting both sides of the equation by 12. So the value of b will be 3, which is the second choice. Another example, if 3a equals 5b, then a over b equals what? A over b equals what? Is it 3 over 5, 2, 5 over 3, or 8? Yes, a over b is going to be 5 over 3, which is the third choice. As if you are going to make a cross multiplication, you are going to return back to 3a equals 5b. Let us have another example. If x over 2 equals y over 3 equals 4x minus 2y over z, then z equals what? Is it negative 2, half, negative half, or 2. When you look carefully to such an example, you are going to remember that you have studied a rule which says that the sum of antecedents over the sum of consequence equals each ratio. Then you have multiplied x over 2 by 4, and then multiplying y over 3 by 2, and then making subtraction sign. So we are going to notice that x over 2 equals y over 3 equals 4x minus 2y over z. It means 4x minus 2y over multiplying the x by 2, so multiplying 2 by 2. And then 4 times 2 minus multiplying the y by 2, so 2y over 2 times 3, and making subtraction sign. So 4x minus 2y over 2. As it is 4x minus 2y over z, then z equals 2, which is considered the fourth choice. Another example, if the point x minus 4 and 2 minus x, where x belongs to z, is located in the third quadrant, then x equals what? Is it 2, 3, 4, or 6? As the point is located in the third quadrant, it means that the value of x is negative and the value of y is negative. So which choice will give the x and the y coordinates as negative numbers? If 2 minus 4 is negative 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. This is located on the x-axis. So 2 is dismissed. What about 3? 3 minus 4, negative 1. 2 minus 3, negative 1. So the x coordinate and the y coordinate are with negative signs. So 3 is going to be the correct choice. Let us have another example. If x equals 1 and 2, y equals 0, the number of x cross y equals what? So when you look carefully to the problem, you are going to notice that the number of elements of x are 2. What about number of elements of y? They are 1 element. So number of x cross y means number of elements of x times number of elements of y. So it is 2 times 1, which give a result as 2, as it is the first choice. Another example, if y power 2 plus 4x power 2 equals 4xy, then y varies x, y varies x power 2, y varies 1 over x, or y varies 1 over x power 2. First of all, when you look to the problem, you notice that y squared plus 4x squared equals 4xy. By subtracting both sides by 4xy, so it is y to the power of 2 minus 4xy plus 4x to the power of 2 equals 0. Look carefully to such an equation. Yes, of course, you can make a factorization process. Then, by making factorization for such an equation, it is y minus 2x times y minus 2x, as it is a perfect square, so it is y minus 2x all to the power of 2 equals 0. In this case, we can say y minus 2x equals 0, so y equals 2x. As y equals 2x, we can say that y equals mx, and here we can say that y varies x, which is the first choice. Another example, if all the individuals are equal in values, then what? Is it x bar equals 0, or x minus x bar smaller than 0, or sigma equals 0, or x minus x bar greater than 0? As all the individuals are equal, so the standard deviation sigma equals 0, which is the third choice. Let us have another example. If 3 and 5 belongs to 3 and 6 cross x and 8, then x equals what? Is it 8, 6, 3, or 5? First of all, as the 3 and 5 belongs to the Cartesian product of 3 and 6 and x and 8, then we can say that 3 and 5 belongs to 3 and x, 3 and 8, 6 and x, 6 and 8. As 3 and 5 belongs to this Cartesian product, so the x coordinate is 3. Then what about the value of x? 3 and 5 belongs to 3 and x, so the value of x equals 5, which is the last choice. Another example. If the function f from the set x to the set y, then the range of this function f is a subset of what? Is a subset from x, or from y, or from r, or from x cross y. All of you know that the range is always subset of y. So it is the second choice, which is y. Another example. The function f, where f of x equals 2x to the power of 3 minus 3x plus 7, is a polynomial function of which degree? Is it first degree, or second, or third, or fourth? Yes, the first term is of third degree. The second is of first degree. The last is of 0 degree. Which one is the greatest power? It is 3, so it is of the third degree, which is the third choice. Another example. The function f, where f of x equals 2x minus 6, is represented graphically by a straight line intersecting the x-axis at the point what? 0 and 3, 3 and 0, 0 and negative 6, negative 6 and 0. Now, this is a linear function represented graphically by f of x equals 2x minus 6. So, we can say that as this line intersects the x-axis, so the value of y equals 0. It means that f of x is 0. Then 2x minus 6 equals 0. Then 2x equals 6. And finally, we can find the value of x as 3. So the value of x is 3 and the value of y is 0. So it is represented by the point 3 and 0, which is the second choice. Another example. If 2x and 4 equals 8 and y plus 1, then square root of x squared plus y squared equals what? Is it 4 or 3 or 5 or 25? First of all, you have two ordered pairs equal. So the x coordinate of the first point equals the first coordinate of the second point. So it is 2x equals 8. Then x equals what? 4. Then the y coordinates are equal. So 4 equals y plus 1. In this case, we can find the value of y as 3. To find the value of square root x to the power of 2 plus y to the power of 2, so by substituting for x equals 4 and y equals 3, it is a square root 4 to the power of 2 plus 3 to the power of 2 to obtain a result as 5, which is the third choice. Another example. If A, B, C, and D are in continued proportion, prove that AB minus CD over b power 2 minus c power 2 equals a plus c over b. First of all, as a, b, c, and d are in continued proportion, so a over b equals b over c equals c over d equals constant m. And by making cross multiplication, you are going to deduce that c equals dm, b equals dm to the power of 2, and a equals dm to the power of 3. Now, by taking the left-hand side, which is ab minus cd over b square minus c square, by substituting for the values of a, b, and c, so it is dm to the power of 3 times dm to the power of 2 minus dm times d over b, which is dm to the power of 2 all to the power of 2 minus c, which is dm all to the power of 2, to obtain a result as d to the power of 2 m to the power of 5 minus d to the power of 2 m over d to the power of 2 m to the power of 4 minus d to the power of 2 m to the power of 2. By taking highest common factor for the numerator and the denominator, in the numerator you are going to take a common factor as d to the power of 2m. Then open brackets m to the power of 4 minus 1 over, by taking in the denominator d to the power of 2 m to the power of 2 as a common factor, so brackets m power 2 minus 1. By reducing and by making factorization, you are going to notice that. Then by reducing m to the power of 2 minus 1, so the result will be m to the power of 2 plus 1 over 1 over m. And this is considered number 1. By taking the other side, which is, that's correct, a plus c over b. So by substituting for a by dm to the power of 3 plus c as dm over b, which is dm to the power of 2. And taking highest common factor from the numerator, dm, so it is m to the power of 2 plus 1 over dm to the power of 2. By reducing, you are going to obtain a result as m to the power of 2 plus 1 over m. And this is called number 2. From 1 and 2, you are going to notice that the two sides are equal. Then ab minus cd over b to the power of 2 minus c to the power of 2 equals a plus c over b. Let us have another example. If x equals 1, 2, 3, and 0, y equals 0, negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. R is a relation from x to y, where A relation B means A is additive inverse of B. For all values of x, A belongs to x and B belongs to y. Write R as set of ordered pairs and represent it by arrow diagram. Is R a function or not, giving reasons, and find its domain if it's a function. First of all, what about additive inverse? Yes, the additive inverse of 0 is 0, 1 is negative 1, and so on. So we can say that the relation R equals 0 and 0, 1 and negative 1, 2 and negative 2, 3 and negative 3. And then by representing it by arrow diagram, so that's correct. 0 goes to 0, 1 goes to negative 1, 2 goes to negative 2, and 3 goes to negative 3. And here we can say that R is a function because every element in X, in the set X, has only one image in the set Y. And as it is a function, so we can find the range. So the range will be 0, negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. Let us have another example. If x equals z plus 8, z varies inversely with y, and z equals 2 when y equals 3. Find y when x equals 3. First of all, z varies inversely with y. So we can say that z varies 1 over y. And in this case, we can say that z equals m over y. As z equals 2 when y equals 3, so by substituting, 2 equals m over 3. And by making cross multiplication, so m equals 6. Then we can say that z equals 6 over y. And by substituting for the value of z as 6 over y, so we can say that x equals z plus 8, so x equals 6 over y plus 8. Then by substituting, so 3 equals 6 over y plus 8. In this case, we can say that negative 5 equals 6 over y. And finally, we can find the value of y as negative 6 over 5. Let us have another example. Represent graphically the function f of x equals x minus 3 all to the power of 2, where x belongs to the closed interval 0, closed interval 6. And from the graph, find the vertex of the curve, the minimum or the maximum value of the function, and the equation of the line of the symmetry of the curve. First of all, as f of x equals x minus 3 all to the power of 2, you must illustrate the table which represents the values of x starting from 0 up to 6. So the values of x, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What about the equivalent values of y? You can use your calculators in this case. So y equals 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, and 9. Then can you represent graphically such a table? Of course, yes. How? By plotting the x-axis and the y-axis. Then plotting the points 0 and 9, 1 and 4, 2 and 1, 3 and 0, 4 and 1, 5 and 4, and finally 6 and 9. Then plotting the curve, it will be represented as that in front of you. What about the vertex of the curve? The vertex of the curve is 3 and 0. It has a minimum value, so the minimum value is 0. What about the equation of the line of symmetry? It is x equals 3. Let us have another example. Calculate the standard deviation of the values 12, 13, 16, 18, and 21. First of all, you must find the x bar, which is the arithmetic mean of these values. So x bar equals 12 plus 13 plus 16 plus 18 plus 21 over 5, which gives a result as 16. Now try to plot this table. X minus x bar, x minus x bar, all to the power of 2. What about the values of x? It is 12. X minus x bar, it means 12 minus 6 gives negative 4. And by squaring it, you are going to obtain a result as 16. The second value for x is 13. So 13 minus 16 gives negative 3. By squaring it gives 9. What about the 16? Yes, 16 minus 16 gives 0. By squaring it gives 0. What about 18? 18 minus 16 equals 2, and by squaring it gives 4. What about 21? 21 minus 16 gives 5, and by squaring it gives 25. So what about the sum of x minus x bar all to the power of 2? They are 54. Then the standard deviation sigma equals square root summation of x minus x bar all to the power of 2 over n. So it is a square root 54 over 5, which is equal approximately to 3.286. By the end of this example, we have reached the end of our lesson today. Thank you for good listening, my dear students, and bye-bye.